So as you all know, I start up a center here, a clinic in Nairobi and for children with autism. And doing this, I would need to get that work visa or that work permit in order for me to do business here correctly. So I was introduced to someone who works in immigration and supposedly could help me in this endeavor. And I went into it thinking, okay, I could trust this person because they're a government official, they've been vetted by the government, all of these things, right? Wrong.
Shout out to Jay Behavior, the analyst. And again, I've been scammed by these same type of losers here in this country. So yeah, check him out, right? His video is called I Was Scammed Out of $100K from a Government Official in Kenya.
So basically, I called her, I talked to her, I had a conversation with her, told her all of my aspirations that I wanted to do, the things that I planned on doing here in Nairobi, and how I planned on doing that. And one of the things was I needed to get this work permit, right? So she assured me, hey, yeah, we can do this. I work for immigration and I'm able to help you with this. And after talking to her for a couple of days, I was like, you know what, let me bring my friend along as well. So that way we could try to do both of them at the same time and try to get this visa done that we need because we both want to do business here in Nairobi. That was another mistake that I made.
Damn!
Got him!
Man, that's the one thing I will tell you guys. If you lose your money, but don't get the 2-for-1 special until you figure out that it works, right? Just letting you know.
And when I brought him along, I kind of understood that it was my responsibility that I brought him along. And I felt terribly that we both got scammed out of this money that we got scammed out of. But one thing that bothers me immensely is being scammed out of thousands of shillings by someone who works for the government. That bothers me a lot, and that bothered me for a week or so. And that's why I haven't done as many videos as I would like, because honestly, I was just in a slump after that, and it just kind of made me feel like, why am I even in this country? I need to go home.
See, and this is something that all of us as Black Americans go through this. Whether it's, you know, I had somebody that was on my podcast that was a scammer. You know, like I said, I had so many different problems in the government, and eventually you feel like I don't even like y'all no more. Like, I'm a Black American dude. Like, you're African. Like, you'll start coming up with ways to want to divide yourself. And then my mom is like very, I won't say she's anti-African, but she's like very pro-Black American. Like, why you over there anyway? Come back home. You know, the moment, like, you know, if everything's going good and, you know, the business is doing well, you know, she love them. But as soon as I start having any problem, I told you about them Africans. I told you about them. You can't trust them. They're not our people anyway. So this happens. But see, the wider context is, and this is what I learned, Africans have been scammed a lot. It's not just us. And it is hard to take it like that. Africans are good people and they get scammed. There's no African that's here that hasn't been scammed by somebody. Ugandans get scammed. Kenyans get scammed. Okay? It's not a matter of if you're going to get scammed. It's a matter of when. Because it's going to happen. So, but you shouldn't let that bother you, right? Take it personal, because it happens to everybody. And hopefully it's not enough money where, you know, it'll break you. But yes, it'll have you thinking like that.
To be honest with you, after that happened, it kind of took the wind out of me, so to speak, and I just wanted to go back to where I came from. People here are very welcoming, and like I said before, the spirit of Karibu Kenya is very ingrained in the culture here. And, you know, there's always people that'll talk trash and say things like, your passport, bro, and ignorant stuff that people will always say because they're ignorant. If you know, like I know, you don't pay attention to those people. You pay attention to the people who are uplifting and the people who want you to be here. That's what I choose to do.
So let me just also talk about what happened with him. He was trying to get a work permit, as it seems, off the books, right? I mean, I'm not trying to hate on the brother or whatever, but he put it out there. Seemed like he was trying to get a work permit for like half off. Okay. He said he got beat for 100,000 Kenyan shillings. I know for a fact that a work permit in Kenya costs $2,500 per year. So it seems like he was trying to get it for like 100,000 Kenyan shillings, or, you know, I'm not sure if it was a hookup thing or whatever. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I go through, shout out to Tina, Expat Assist, and I pay her to process the work permit, and it's a lot of fees you gotta, you know, it's a class you gotta do for the work permit. And whatever business you want to get into these classes, you can do it. And then you pay all of these fees, like telecom fees, you have membership fees, and you got to pay the tax regulating boards. And so what happens is that becomes a lot of money in fees. So I had a work permit. I just updated like last January, something like that, right? 3 years. It was $7,500. I pay every 3 years. The fees and all of that associated with and what she was charging, it came out to like $10,000. Most black people in America, when they do the work permit, either don't want to pay that or don't have it. And so what happens is when you go through one of these people on the side, you don't have no recourse. And one of the reasons why you don't have no recourse is because what you were trying to do was illegal anyway. So it's not like you can tell on them, you know, like, oh, I gave this person the money for a work permit and it was 100,000 Kenyan shillings, but it was a hookup. So they could just keep your money because what you're doing is illegal. Do it the right way. I don't know if that was his issue, but it seems like it was. So, you know, that way they can't get you.
I've gone through that and I know how that feels. Even though I've gone through that, I've gone through the bureaucracy of trying to open up a clinic here and trying to figure out all the business ideas, the things that I need to do, getting the different visas and all of those type of things. The one thing that really discouraged me, even beyond all of that, was this incident. So to expand on the incident a little bit more, I wanted to get the visa for myself and my friend. I paid over 100,000 shillings for it. This person was referred to me by somebody I know, somebody I've been knowing for a long period of time. And I thought that everything was gonna be fine. Turns out it was very much not fine. And what this woman did was she took our money and essentially gave us a product that was the same exact thing that we already had.
Damn. That's nothing they can do here. Oh, I can help you. Yeah, I'll get you that. Pay the money and they'll give you exactly what you already got. That's crazy.
And you know, you can have a 5-year ETA, meaning a tourist visa. That's fine and dandy. You have to leave every 3 months though. That's the issue with that tourist visa.
That's like $130 only.
The difference between that and getting the work permit or the work visa is once you have that work permit or that work visa, you no longer have to leave. There's also something called a digital nomad visa, which I can get as well. And the requirement for that is you have to have a certain income and you have to be working for some sort of company overseas that's bringing you in money every month. So then you qualify for the digital nomad. So I could have received that as well. So I opted to get the work permit with this lady. She ended up giving us both the same visa that we've already retrieved months ago. And tried to tell us that it's the business visa or the business permit.
Yeah, he definitely tried to get a discount. Yeah, that's what happened. Again, Do not do this. Like, I know it's cheaper. I know it's, you want the hookup. Do the right way. Because this is happens everywhere. Tanzania, Uganda. Listen, if you don't have the work permit, and the work permit also, here's why the work permit is powerful. If you get it for so many years, it adds on to your pathways for citizenship. Okay? Because I've had my first 3 years work permit. Here's my second 3 years. And so it puts you on the pathway to possibly be nationalized or, become a citizen. But the way that he was doing it, he wasn't trying to go the right route. And he put himself in a very, very precarious situation because him and his friend, you're looking for hookups. Stop looking for hookups in Africa. You're going to get scammed. You're going to get scammed every time.
That we're just ignorant. We still have to abide by the tourist visa rules that we already had. And basically, she did nothing of any type of substance for us. She did nothing that could help us at all. Not one thing. And charged us over 100,000 shillings. So it wasn't really about the time that I spent trying to get this. It's just the part where you trust somebody, you put your trust into them. You think that they're going to do business with you in an integral way. They're going to have integrity and morals and values that will not allow them to do these type of things to you. Waste your time, waste your money, waste your effort.
Again, not going through the proper channels, okay? So I get what he's saying. I've tried it this way too before. In the best way to do it is through the proper channels. If you're not doing the proper channels, I get what he's saying, but you don't have any leverage. And I'm going to tell everybody right now, $2,500 a year, you'd have $100,000 investment to come into Kenya or Uganda or approve it somehow. Those are the assets you need. If you don't have it and you try to get around that, save your money until you can be legit. Okay? Save your money. And again, I feel sorry for the guy. But that person knew he didn't have no leverage, because if he did, and if he was really scammed, he could come out and he could tell that person's name who did that to him. But he don't have a case. He don't have a case because he himself was not operating according to the law, according to Kenyan law. He wasn't operating probably in the best way that he could be operating. From what I hear, I could be wrong. Maybe he didn't know, but he don't have no leverage. And that's why he can't even say the person's name. And it's sad, right? Again, it's sad because somebody probably promised him, you could do it this way. You don't have to do it that way. Never listen to that. Seems like a dope brother though. Again, Jay, the behavior analyst, he's a nice guy trying to start a clinic for autistic kids in Nairobi. That's awesome. So, but you gotta watch these folks here. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi Jackson back with an episode of Kenganda. We out.